Hello everyone! Start off by taking this piece of cloth, make it into a narrow strip and then stitch it up. Make multiple cuts to it as such. Now take another piece of cloth, add a line to the middle of it and then afterwards slowly begin to stitch each of these little blue pieces of cloth onto the white piece of cloth. Now fold over one side of it and then stitch it according to this. Alternate between each of the sides and then stick it on either side with their alternate design pattern. As you can see, we are folding each of them before we stitch it through so that it remains in its place. Switch between the sides of another piece of cloth. Add this initial piece into the second piece and stitch these two together. Take another blue piece of cloth, add your decorative piece on top of it and stitch these two together as well. Now slightly join this, fold it over and sew it together. Reverse the side and then remove this white cloth onto which you've stitched it. Next, using a fork, you may take this cloth and then push it in such a way that it creates these frills. Go from one side to the other as such. Now, after this, take this piece of paper and then afterwards pull the cloth through. Add these two weighted elements on either side of it and then let the cloth go through. This way it'll form these frills. Next, we'll start off by taking this paper, fold it over on either side to make it meet in the middle and then overlap. Now, open this out once again, add tape to it and then fold it according to this. Stitch it according to this as well. As you're stitching it, it will cover most of the edge of the other piece of cloth. Now afterwards, take the straw, add the thread through it, pull it through the sewing machine and slowly begin to stitch in the shape of the star as such. Now, once again, continue to go all the way as such. Next, we'll start off by taking this cloth, make these two slits to it, and then add a little bit of the tape to it as such and then stitch through it. Afterwards, make the small slit to one side of it. Fold it over and then bring it down. Now, as you can see, we are using this lace material and then we are stitching it through. Next, fold this into half as such. As you continue to do so, then lift it up. Then afterwards, continue to sew this in. As you are sewing this in, then this is what it should look like. Draw it together, flatten it out, cut off the excess as well. Fold over the top of it and then after you folded it over, then you may sew it in once again. We have done this for the right side to begin with. Then move along and then stitch according to the edges. After you're done with this, then you may fold over the other side as well and then stitch it in its place. Next, we will start off by taking the zipper and then stitch one side of it onto the cloth as such. It does not go all the way around, however this is okay. Take another piece of cloth and then on the other side of the zipper, stitch this piece of cloth onto it. Now after you're done with this, then make this folding to it, fold it over and then once again go to the other side and stitch through it. Once you've done so, make this horizontal stitch to it as well and continue to stitch onto the other side. Once again, make another horizontal stitch to it. Stitch till the end of the cloth. Now open and close it as you please. Next, take these two pieces of cloth and then slowly begin to stitch them together according to this rectangular shape that you have taken. Now, after this, then you may cut off the excess and then also make these two small diagonal slits on either end of it. Open this out. Now, slowly begin to stitch it according to this as well. Afterwards, change the side and then fold it over, press it down, use the sewing machine in order to stitch it according to this. Now stitch it on either side of it and then afterwards add this purple cloth behind it and then stitch it according to this as such. Now take another piece of cloth, stitch the end of it and then you have yourself the semicircular shape. Stick the other piece on top of this as well and then sew it onto this. This will be the final look of this design. Thank you for watching.